Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I don't know what is going to happen in this video. um, it has been raining all week, just like a lot of the this side of the country. We've had a bunch of rain, we've had a bunch of wind, we've had tornado warnings. There was a tornado about 20 to 25 minutes from our house. There was one that touched down this week. We had rain and bad thunderstorms. That's all we had, wind. But so today it's supposed to be kind of chilly. It's they're saying it's going to be in the 60s, but it's chilly right now. But some of the plans I had probably on the wayside, because now that it is technically spring, and all the rain, of course, grass and weeds and everything else is starting to grow. So we start the yearly task of trying to keep that under control. It got kind of away from us last year because of the way the weather worked out and the way our schedule was working out. But we're just going to have to make it a top priority so things don't get away from us this year. And then the other stuff we want to do, we'll still try to get done. But today, I'm not sure. I know I've already got to do the second cutting on my dog pen. It's taller now than it was the first time I cut it a few weeks ago. So even though it's kind of damp, I hope to get it done. The weather was saying chance of rain tomorrow, but I just looked and now it's supposed to be even nicer tomorrow than it is today. So hopefully between today and tomorrow, doing that and some other stuff I'd like to do. It's going to be a busy weekend, but that's the way it is all the time around here. So I hope you're having a good time today. Hopefully you don't have to try to do the stuff we're having to do today. But I've already heard down the road there, this big valley we've got here, you can hear stuff echoing. Hear some of my neighbors out cutting their grass. So it's just something you gotta do. And I know when I was a kid I used to like cutting grass. I don't like it now. So we're not going to do a full cut, but there's certain areas that I need to start trying to get under control so they don't get out of control like I did last year. And I don't know if I'll be cutting it, weed eating, or what I'm going to be doing. But so right now I'm getting ready to take some trash down, and then we'll get started doing something on the dog pen probably. So we'll see you in a little bit. If y'all seen the first video where I was going to be cutting grass in the dog area, you can tell it's as tall. It's actually taller than it was before I cut it the first time, where we've had all that rain in springtime. So I'm going to get started. There's old Arthur over there in his box. And Romeo, he's got to know what's going on all the time. Don't you, Romeo? And Waggy, she's inside. She's done been out. Still kind of cold for her. All right. I'm gonna get started on some grass. Doggies are out having fun. Aggie's on the porch sitting there. This is the next day. So I cut this grass yesterday, and man, I shouldn't have done it, but once I got into it, it's too late to stop. You can see the clumps of grass got stuck on the mower, a bunch right here. I need to get that out of here. But got it done. Still need to do some weed eating, but I think I'll just wait on that. Here's the chickens eating chicken. So today, I'll show you here in a minute what me and Robin's gonna be messing with for a few hours. But It's a beautiful day out. It's almost 60 degrees. Supposed to be about 67 degrees today. We got a bunch of junk to clean up, basically. So between the Gator and the John Deere, we'll haul stuff down to the building and get it ready to haul off. We was gonna do it yesterday, just got busy doing stuff, but we'll get it hauled off so we can continue. And I'm going to show you something else that we decided to do here recently that we've been thinking about putting off. So let's get started with everything. All right, guys, I told you this video was going to be a mishmash of a bunch of different stuff. We're not getting the specific jobs we've been working on done, but we've got the stuff done that we were wanting to get done for a long time. This porch becomes like a catch-all. We already know we have to get some more outbuildings because that's the only building we've got down there. So when you bring tools, whatnot up here to do work, and you get done and you're tired, they have a tendency just to stay here on the porch. So between that and junk, this is a pretty good sized porch. And when it doesn't have a bunch of junk on it, it's pretty nice. So we usually like coming out here and sitting down and relaxing for a while. We're not able to do, well, wintertime we don't do that, but it's getting that time of year, and we need to clean it up anyway. So that's what we're getting done right now. So you can see, I guess I forgot to show you that before, but this is all filled with stuff. So we're slowly getting it out of the way. Those gooses over there, that's another story we'll talk about later. Robin's got a little venture going, and she's already sold a few of them. And so we're going to get those. We're going to keep those up here because they're concrete. We're going to keep them out to the edge. She still has to paint some of them. And we've almost got it organized anyway. This corner over here is still a little out of the way. We got some decorating to do. And it's coming along. So we're going to take a break. And I don't know if we're going to be back on this video or not. So stay tuned. All these bags that you see back here, that's all trash. That came from the porch. Take a closer look here. Get it off here. That's just bags of, that's just junk that was accumulated on the porch over the last year or so. Yeah. Of course, the pressure washer was up there. It was next to the porch. So we're going to gather that. Some of the trash from the building. We're going to be maybe that old door. I know this old door, that used to be our front door when we first moved in. We got a new one. I was thinking about making a workbench out of it, but just gonna throw it away. All that stuff there's gonna get taken to the dump. Probably about 40% of what's laying back here is gonna get thrown away. That old thing there. Got a lot of work to do. And this pile here, see that some of that stuff there, like that old lawn chair, all this stuff that you see that is junk, not the wood, but that's all the stuff that was on the property when we moved here. Some of it was actually buried in the ground, and as you go along working with the tractor, you dig it up. It's crazy. It's like they just used it for their own property for a dump. Strange. And there's still see some water. Running down here. This is coming from up on the hill by the pond. You still hear it running. All that wood there I'd like to take out, but I don't even know if I can. I don't have nothing big enough to get it out. Some of it. Some huge pieces of wood there. So at this point, just going to leave some of that in there. Maybe try to drag this old one off here. But that's one of the things we want to do is clean all this out. You can see where Robin had Robin cleared all that there a few weeks ago. It looks a whole lot better already, and accumulated what, 20 more feet of usable space. You can see where the grass stops and the dirt starts. Well, where the dirt starts, that was where it all grew up last year and got away from us. So we'll be able to maintain this now. We'll be able to mow it. And then of course right here where I'm standing, that's where the newest the next lean-to is going to be. We're going to put our lawnmower and garden tools for now. We're going to have another building eventually right over here for garden stuff. Basically we need to get this building to where I can make it into a workshop to do woodworking and stuff. You can see all that stuff up on the loft area. All that is probably going to go. We're probably going to have a yard sale. Told my wife she needs to have a week sale because it needs to go for a week. Yeah, we're gonna hopefully this don't take up a lot of our summer, but it's just we got to get it under control. So in the new lean-to, this is our wood chipper that I've hardly even had time to use yet. That's going to be out there. Any of the big tools that take up a lot of space will be under this next lean-to. So what we're going to be doing, my plan is to make the lean-to, but I'm also going to enclose it. I'm not going to make a building. I'm just going to put a gate on both ends and keep it locked up. That way, haven't had any problems around here, but you never know if you're ever gone for any length of time. You don't know what's going to happen. So now I'm going to take you up on the the hill over here and show you what has, when in the last, we've talked about it for a while, but it's going to become a top priority to get done. Just got to figure out how we're going to do it. So let's go over here and I'll show you. All right, up here on the hill, and we are kind of just up from the dog pen. Here's my work truck. There's the pond up there. So right in the middle, since we've been working on the land, slowly every year Robin's been clearing off a little bit more, making this all flat It's going to take a while. But this past fall, she started clearing that out. That's going to look a whole lot better this year. Still got some work to do. But the reason I brought you up here was to show you in this area right here, somewhere right in here is going to be our storm shelter. We're going to make a storm shelter to get in case of a tornado. Obviously, living in a trailer, we don't have anywhere to go. Right now, if we were to have one, we would probably, even though we'd be in the water, if we were getting ready to have, if we had a tornado coming on the way, we'd have to run all the way down to where our bridge is. It's a huge culvert pipe, probably 5 foot around, so we'd have to run in there. Just, that's about the only place to get out of immediate danger, or one of these low-lying areas where the runoff creeks are. But that being said, we're gonna dig into the bank here. Change my camera around there. Yeah, we're gonna dig into the bank, and we're going to make a shelter to go into. We don't have the money to like buy one pre-made or anything, so we're going to have to make our own. I'm either going to try to use concrete block, possibly treated 6x6 beams, and we're going to have to put waterproofing on it anyway to keep moisture out, just for when we're not in there. So anyways, still got a lot of planning to do on it, but I mean, we're not going to make it to where we can live in there for days at a time. We may end up making a cellar to put preservatives in, plus a storm shelter. But if we do that, it'll have to be just a little bit bigger. So, like everything else around here, we're on a budget. So, I'll let you know more when that comes. But we're definitely going to put it right over here somewhere. And it's pretty much tall enough right now. So we'll use that, probably that height where that dirt is meeting the grass above it. So we'll dig that out, and we can actually go down, once we're down here, get that height done, we can dig that down a little bit more. So more to come on that. I mean, it's going to be a while before we can get it done, but we're definitely going to try to get it done this year. We've always thought about it. This past week, there was a line of storms that hit all the way through the state, came up from Indiana and went on up into West Virginia. Kentucky had 12 tornadoes touch down, and the nearest one to us was about 20 to 25 minutes away from us. So all we had was bad storms and wind, but I don't worry about that too much. The only thing I worry about with wind is trees, but we've cut down just about the trees that we can. I mean, you could always get hit by a tree, but we're not going to cut our whole wedge down. But we had some that were really close that we went ahead and cut down. There's only one more really tall tree that I would like to cut down, and it's, I don't know, it's about 20 foot off of the trailer, I guess. But it's about 80 foot tall, I'd say. But anyway, the immediate danger would be a tornado, or imminent danger, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to start working on that, start planning it. Like I said, I don't know how quick we can get done. We'll try to do it as cheap as we can. So in order to do it as quick as we can, so to get it done as quick as we can, we'll just have to try to do it as quick as we can. But no matter what you do, you don't want it to be, you don't want it to have moisture all in it. You want it to at least be able to keep the moisture out of it, which it won't be too hard. So that's the plan. So thank you for watching this short, I think, and really nothing to this video other than I had planned on getting stuff done and just didn't get done what I want to get done today, which happens a lot. So, and it looks like it's clouding up and going to rain again. The pond is way up to maximum height, so we've had a lot of rain. Unless it just quits raining now all summer, we shouldn't have a drought, I wouldn't think, this year, but you never know. Hopefully I can get started cleaning all this mess up. We had these cut down last year, I think, but all the ones you see way up there, those were here when we got here. Still like to clean it all up. Come summertime, you won't be able to see none of that up there. It gets so thick up there. So I usually start thinking about it around the fall, whenever everything dies down. All right. Well, thank you for watching. We love you. God bless. See you next time.